Hello HUD House Hunters, it's Donnie Corum from Colorado Springs ForeclosureDeals.com. Today we're standing in front of 1517 Glacier Drive. This is a ranch style home that features 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, a 1-car garage, and just over 1,000 square foot of living space. Now this is in the Pikes Peak Park neighborhood, so roughly Shelton and Academy area. Real easy access to Carson. You can hop on Circle to hit I-25 just a few minutes away. Very central, very mature neighborhood. Just take a look. So as you can see here, you got a lot of houses that are relatively well maintained. There's a church across the street right over there. So really nice, stable neighborhood, fun place to start a family or get things going. And this is an amazingly priced home. Let's take a look at the Glacier property. You're gonna like what you see. Come along. We're inside 1517 Glacier Drive. Now, as I told you, this is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1-car garage rancher. A rancher, of course, meaning that everything's on one level. So you got everything on this solid floor here, no stairs to worry about. Now, this is great if you're looking for a good retirement home, a place where you don't have to worry about climbing stairs. This is also good if you have young children and you're concerned about them heading up or down the stairs and injuring themselves. This could be a great home for either stage of life, that you're working in. As you enter the Glacier property, you'll see here that you've got hardwood floors throughout the main level primarily here, and the hardwoods look to be in pretty good shape. Now, it could use a decent refinishing, maybe another lacquer coat on top, but in general, there's no major dents, no major divots in the hardwood. This is pretty much good to go with just a little bit of elbow grease on it. So the walls could use a good cleaning and a nice paint job just to neutralize some of the crazy paint colors they had put in here. As you can see here, though, the texture is actually in good shape. I would tell you, with just a little bit of patching on a couple of these walls, this is going to be right as rain. It's just going to take you a little bit of time and effort to bring this thing into the modern era just a bit. The windows have already been updated. You've got newer vinyl windows throughout, which is huge, and approximately a $3,000 savings from having to do these windows yourself. So that's a big benefit when you're buying this home, to know that you don't have to worry about that. Here we are in the kitchen. Decent sized kitchen. The cabinets, as you can see here, are a wee bit dated, but really I think it's more the fixtures that are the problem. I'd be willing to bet if we swap these out with a nice stainless steel modernized finish, this would look as good as some of the more modern kitchens. The solid surface flat counter cabinet cover, that's coming back in. So you're seeing that a lot right now, and this already has that. So with a little hardware update, I bet you can keep those cabinets just fine. The countertops, maybe not so much. Definitely a dated finish on here, but there's some great technology out there now to kind of paint over your cabinets, give them a granite look. So you may just go ahead and resurface the cabinets here and not have to worry about pulling them. But even if you got to pull them, granite countertops in this kitchen would probably run you about $1,000 to $1,100, which is nothing considering the equity on this property. Speaking of equity, I ran some comps on the way over here, and generally speaking, homes in this neighborhood at this square footage are going to sell about $110 to $115. Just wait till you find out how much this one's listed for. Come along. We head this direction to find the half bath, and in the half bath, as you would indicate, just a sink and a toilet. I'd probably modernize that vanity there. That could use a bit of updating. Beyond that, not too much to do. Here is bedroom number 1. We might call it the master because it's attached to the bathroom. The rooms are all about the same size though, so it's going to be tough to determine an exact master. But in this particular bedroom, the hardwood floors look great. The windows have been replaced. The touchscreen on the walls looks wonderful. For my money, I'm going to paint this thing up. We're going to maybe replace that front door to modernize it, perhaps replace this closet door. You've spent less than $200 and bada bing, you've got a brand new master bedroom, just like that, okay? So this room's pretty easy to do. Let's continue on. On the way, we find a hallway closet here, good for your storage there, maybe just some additional closet. And then we find our way into bedroom number 2. Very similar to bedroom number 1, guys, not a lot to do. Not a big fan of slab doors, so for 45 bucks, I'm gonna swap this out with a 6-panel Home Depot door. We're gonna maybe refinish the floors throughout, because we're gonna do that in the rest of the house. We're gonna repaint these walls so they're a nice, more modern color and clean them up just a little bit. Replace that closet door, and we are done. That's all this room is going to take. Last room. So here we are. What are we going to do here? Same as before. Paint the walls, refinish the floors, replace the doors. It's the same thing on every single room, guys. And I'm sharing that with you because this property is listed so far below market considering how little needs to be done. Not sure if you noticed it from the outside, but I mentioned the windows already. In addition to that, this has a new style shingle roof on it, okay? Simulated shake, meaning it probably doesn't need a roof either. So no windows, no roof, a little paint and a little flooring, and you're way ahead of the game on this property. Let's head to the backyard. I'll give you the final numbers and we'll get you rolling. Come along. We're out back at 1517 Glacier. Just take a quick look at this backyard. Fully fenced in with a chain link fence throughout, so no worries about that if you have small kids or animals you're trying to keep in. I didn't get a chance to show you the master bathroom, but it has a full tile job on the floor and the surround already done. Looks to be in pretty good shape. It was a little dark in there, that's why we didn't get that on film. But let's start getting to the bottom line numbers on 1517 Glacier Drive. This HUD foreclosure located in the Pikes Peak Park southeast part of town in a neighborhood where generally this amount of square footage is going to sell for $110 to $115 can be yours for $80,000. $80,000 at today's interest rates in the early threes puts you at a payment on this property of about $500 to $600 a month. I know you're paying more than that to rent right now. I know that you can't buy an investment that's going to return as much as this would as a rental on a property that needs very little work. And I know that if you don't get involved, this property is going to be gone very quickly. So how do you get involved? Check out ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Still is and has always been the leading resource for finding foreclosures in and around the Colorado Springs area. You can always give us a call. The number's at the bottom of the screen. We'll get in touch with you. We will find a property like Glacier. Hopefully this is the one. If not, we'll find you a great deal just like it. And then tune in to the Rockin' Real Estate Radio Show on KRDO News Radio 105.5 FM and 1240 AM every Sunday at 11 a.m. By doing all of those things, guys, you too can find yourself a great deal on an excellent home in the Colorado Springs area. With that, this is Donnie Corum, ColoradoSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.